Hello, this is Marshall Zhukov, and here we are together again on YouTube. Here before you is a Mosin-Nagant carbine. Just pardon my bed in the background. By now you can tell probably that is an M38 carbine. Very interesting as well. It's got quite a bit of character. And looks a little rough, but it is a Finland Capure M38. Now, those aren't seen very often, and I would think even harder to find that have original stamp matching numbers. See if we can get the serial number in view here on the barrel shank. It's a little hard to see. You can make out the Cyrillic letter prefix, che and ve. 117. Izhevsk Arsenal mark, 1940. So there's a lot of difference between matching and original matching. A lot of the current refurbs that come into the country now are force matched. Yeah, they can be advertised as matching or original matching, which kind of maybe is a little bit true. Original matching, no. Force matched, yes. You'll see remnants of serial numbers, old serial numbers on parts that have been removed, grinding, sanding, maybe even filing. But typically I think the, for example, like a bolt would be taken to a belt sander or something, polished off, sanded off, and re-stamped. Oftentimes there'll also be electro-pencil, which is a vibrating scribe, and handwritten serial numbers. So we have the Che Ve 117 on the barrel shank. We'll try to get the light right, and can see the serial number here is also matching. Sometimes these serial numbers will be stamped up a little bit onto the shoulder with longer serial numbers. This one's pretty short. You can see the bolt's been with the rifle forever. The font is the same, and the letter prefixes and the numbers. And there's just slight displacement from where the metal was displaced when the stamp was actually placed. It's just a tiny bit higher than the actual surface of the bolt, so that's why it seems like there's a little bit of a shiny wear around it, just because it's a higher area around the bolt. Take a look here on the floor plate as well. If this will stay here in the holder, that'd be nice. But the same thing, most of the bluing has been worn off, whether or not it was handled or just from being old and exposed, with the surface rust and everything that's on it as well. But same font, prefixes and letters, and the numbers. There's no remnants of what appears to be any kind of removal of any prior serial numbers. Everything looks flush, it's smooth, there's no lines, no sanding lines, no grinding marks. And the same also back here on the butt plate. There's no sanding. Nothing's been removed and re-stamped. The stock actually has screwed in sling slot escutcheons on both ends. And it has quite a nice, let's see if we'll get it to, I think it'll stay there, quite a nice stock cartouche as well. These stock cartouches on these rifles were pretty lightly stamped most of the time, but it's even pretty hard to feel with the finger any real indentation in the wood. But this has not been sanded over. As we know, these were very lightly struck marks, and if there was any sanding on them, they probably would be not visible, or maybe barely partially visible and present. But a very, very neat rifle. A little bit of character here and there in the stock. Some gouges, who knows where it came from. And this rifle was just a luck into kind of a deal. I didn't know it was going to be there when I arrived in Tulsa back in April for the Tulsa, Oklahoma gun show, and I think there were somewhere around 4,500 tables advertised there. It's just an amazing, incredibly huge gun show, and was fortunate enough to find this there. So this is a very excellent example of an original matching, originally stamped matching as it was from the factory rifle. There's no import marks on here, nothing on the receiver, nothing on the barrel, just as it was when it left. And it's, having gone through Finland, very, very surprising that it appears nothing else has been changed on any other parts replaced. Everything that I've been able to see has been Izhevsk. You can see the triangle there. Just an incredible rifle that I was very fortunate to have the opportunity to acquire. So for now, Marshal Zhukov signing out on the stamped original matching Capure M38.